Hi everyone. Tonight I'm going to be speaking to Zoe ZANIAS. She is, currently in Berlin, so she's going to be joining us from there. Sorry about a bit of a late delay there. Bit of an issue with the time zone as well. So I know heaps of people were waiting, so hopefully, you pop in. I'm really sorry. If you do have any questions that you want directed at Zoe, please send them to the question mark box below so they can see them. Otherwise, they just get completely drowned out and I can't see them. If you could do that, that would be awesome. I'm just just waiting for her to pop in. She's quite busy, so shouldn't be a moment. Just make sure that's there. Okay. Might just quickly send her just a message to make sure she's on her way. Bear with me. Okay. But as I said, if you do have any questions that you want me to ask, please put them in the little box down here with the question mark, because otherwise they just end up going in the feed and I completely miss them. So just add them in there and then I can bring them up as well. Hopefully it'll only be a couple of minutes as well. I mean, I was also late, so it's completely fine as well. It's actually pretty late for America, so I'm assuming most Americans will be pretty much in bed unless they're up super early. Sorry guys. Cool. Sorry, just this is the first time that ZANIAS has ever done an IGTV, so I'm just giving her a little help in how to get in here, so we can do that. It's actually been, here we go. I'll just bring her in.
All right.
There she is. Hey. I was just saying, sorry for being late.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
I was
I've had
like,
a
ah. I actually was sitting in my pajamas, eating dinner, freaking out. I was like, oh my God, because I was all planned and ready.
uh,
And so,
kind
I was
of.
like,
uh,
no. So I was like a bit like, oh my God, what happened? But yeah, it's okay. We're here
well,
now, so it's all good. And your internet's good. You were worried that it was not going to be good.
yeah. Yeah. Well,
It's
my internet usually,
fine.
but yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Because when I spoke to Linnea from Maggot Heart, hers was
mhm.
constantly crapping out.
uh,
So yeah, and
uh,
a couple of the people I've spoken to Berlin, they've had the same issue. So I was like, I was
yeah.
prepared.
Well, Berlin,
That
Berlin internet is like it's notoriously shit.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
discovered. I thought Australians' internet was shit.
Nah,
but
nah.
there's worse apparently. Yeah, so obviously thank you so much for coming and
Oh,
joining in. It's awesome to have you on. Uh, yeah, obviously I was gonna say, you know, like I've met you a couple of times over, you know, times, and um, the first time that I saw you was you were playing a solo show at Urban Spree
oh,
in
yep,
Berlin.
yep. My
Yeah,
living. Yep.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, and it was like amazing. You had this huge light show, and it was just you. And I got some really rad photos from it, and yeah, and that's kind of when I already knew of you, but and that's why I
Mhm.
wanted to go to the show, and also Operant were playing as
Oh,
well,
that
who are
was
my
my
mates. Yeah,
party, I think. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so they were playing, and then my mates, and then I was like, it's awesome because Zanias is playing, and I really want to see her. So yeah, it was really awesome, and
Thank you.
to see you there, and it was like a really, it was a different set than I guess what I've seen you play when you've come over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Very different to what you know, like so it was like kind of this really good performance, I guess, and it was like really you know, with your vocals and like it was very different to seeing you DJ and do that kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah. Well, my DJ personality is just completely different. I guess like when I'm
Yeah.
live as Zanias is like sort of this. It's very cathartic for me, and it's almost like a spiritual thing. Whereas DJing
Hmm.
is all about having fun with my friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, they play very different roles, and even Linear Aspera is yet another
Exactly. Yeah.
facet. Yeah,
Another totally different. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You've got like kind of these three things that have all got
yeah,
their own little
multiple
place.
personalities.
Yeah. Yeah, which is I think is cool because then you can have outlets for the
Well,
different
yeah,
things.
and I think actually, like most artists would want to do this, but we're encouraged for marketing purposes to pigeonhole ourselves. And I think that's
Hmm.
really like it just sucks. Like it sucks creatively to have to just be one thing for the sake of people understanding you easily, because on
Yeah.
people are very dumb and they can't get it into their heads that like maybe you have multiple facets to you that you want to express.
Yeah,
So I'm
exactly.
like fuck it, I'm gonna just do what I want and express all the parts of me that I can, because you only live once and might as well
Yeah.
do it.
Do it. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna say it's insanely weird talking to you because I don't talk to people with like Australian accents on here. I think you're the only person I can still hear it in you.
Well, I could put it on a little stronger if you like.
Yeah. No, it's like
Oi, mate.
you mate, you know, how's it been going? Yeah, like because I don't know if many people know that you're actually from Australia and that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, like that you're from Melbourne.
yep,
And that's where I am. So,
yep.
yeah, I think a lot of people, I'm not sure that they even knew that. You know, originally I didn't know that, and I was like,
Yeah,
"What?"
yeah. It's
I was
it's
like,
also because
"Yeah,
I lived in London before. I've
exactly,
lived in Melbourne
yeah,
for 2 years,
yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah,
forgive people for not making that connection. I mean, I don't even
yeah,
know anyone in Melbourne really anymore. I've got like 3 friends there, so yeah,
yeah." Well, I mean, all of I guess like majority of the people like around our crew, they all live in Berlin now or in Europe somewhere
yeah.
anyway. So,
Even like
mm,
August from Operant and Saxon, aka
yeah,
Huff, like I met them here. I didn't know them when I lived in
back
Melbourne.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, I met them over here and then realized that I'd probably been in the same room as them when I visited Montsalvat in Melbourne like a million years ago. It's so
Yeah.
strange, the connections
That's
there.
that's exactly the same with me with yeah, with August and Andrew
Yeah,
and Saxon. It's like I probably seen them around but had no idea, you know what I mean?
yeah. It's
And then we became yeah, much better friends when when they started Echo Beds I mean not Echo Beds, Aesthetic. And
pathetic. Yeah,
when they first started that and then of course when I moved to London then we can hang out and stuff and then
mhm.
it's like now it's like
Yep.
really weird because
It all
it's
comes
yeah
together in Europe.
met more Australians overseas
Yeah.
than actual you know ones,
So,
which is really cool. And like there's such a good like such a good vibe and environment there. I think in
yeah,
Berlin,
there is.
like
It's the
and so creative and like really like open. I think that's what I liked about it. It was very open to everything, and like,
It is. It is. It's the city, the one city on earth where I feel like artists are actually kind of accepted and encouraged and supported.
mm,
When
to
like
do stuff.
even
Yeah.
Corona, like we've been given more support than any other artist, and it's not a perfect system, and we could do with more. But I'm grateful to be here compared to anywhere else because like it's the only place on earth I think where artists are really getting much support at
Yeah,
all.
and the government really supports arts and music
They
there.
really, they really do. It's the best
Because I
place to
know
be.
you can get a music visa or an arts visa and
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm on an visa here, so the
Yeah.
reason I moved to Berlin was actually because I was studying in London and my student visa ran out when I graduated, so I had to
Hmm.
leave the UK. And in order to stay in Europe, the best place for me to live was Germany because I could get an artist visa, and it doesn't
Yeah.
even very much. You know, you pay hundreds of pounds for a visa to stay in the UK, and in Germany it can cost like 50 euros to get a visa.
Far out. For the and what do you have to prove? Like
That
to,
you have money and that you have the people you are really an artist and
like you got
ensure
a following or something? Like,
yeah just like well just that you're actually doing stuff. So I gave them like a discography and some event flyers, but I don't even have to do that anymore now. I just go in and show my taxes and that's it.
wow. And it
Taxes
just
and
like gets renewed every year, or
every 2 years I get mine. Sometimes they want it more frequently, but yeah,
God, that's
it's
good.
yeah.
Yeah, UK want thousands and
Oh, no,
thousands for a visa.
don't talk to me about the UK.
That
Even my student visa for the UK was like that.
was a
It was
nightmare. Yeah,
messed up.
mine was a nightmare. Like, they like
Oh God.
they send you back to Australia, to do some
Yeah.
paperwork, and then that's fucked. Like, it's
Yeah.
really
No,
insane. They're the
the
shittest company.
the UK need to get their shit sorted out, and it's about to just get worse. So
Oh,
whatever.
it's gonna get way worse. Yeah, so I'm just like, fucking leave them over there. They've made dug their own hole. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly,
So
exactly.
it's their own kind of fault. But I was gonna say, because you also, when you went to uni,
Hmm.
um, you did archaeology, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
right? Yeah,
I'm an arch.
because I fucking love that. Like, that was my dream job when I was a kid. I wanted to be, like Harrison Ford in Indiana
Oh yeah,
Jones, and
yeah.
I was
They
always
give you a
obsessed.
whip when you graduate. Actually, they do.
Yeah, yeah. um, and it's like, so you went from like that now, like, to being a music person. Like,
Yeah.
do you do anything with the archaeology, or is it
No,
just like
no,
you
archaeology
do?
is actually possibly the most useless degree to have.
Yeah.
But if I'd pursued it, I would have made less money than I'm making now, I
I was
think.
gonna say that it's not very lucrative
And
money
it was
wise.
really the dumbest decision to study. It was so much fun, but it's not useful at all. And I mean, the one thing is it did inspire me, and a lot of that first Linear Aspera album was inspired by the archaeology I was studying at the time. So I guess it
Hmm.
kind of that's the one way in which it paid off because it was by studying archaeology I made it to London, and that's where I met Ryan, and that's where Linear
Hmm.
Aspera started. So it was all part
Yeah.
of it. Very
So
expensive stuff.
yes, but eventually then it, of course, led to Berlin, and then led from, that to then doing Zanias and
Exactly.
then everything else. So it
I
kind of like
regret
worked
nothing.
its way out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really. I have an archaeology degree that I do not use.
No, but like, I guess it's like that kind. Did you have to pay for it, like, up front?
Yeah,
Would it, yeah. Oh shit, that sucks. Because like, because how in Australia, of course, you don't. So
yeah,
you can do a degree like that and go, haha, funny,
yeah,
because it doesn't really affect you
yeah. I really wish I'd done that, but then there wasn't an archaeology program in Australia
at
that I wanted,
that you
and
wanted to do. Yeah, yeah, because
anyway,
there's not much, I don't think, here in that way. I think
no,
there's more now, but
I would
not.
have had to. I would have had to study at ANU, and
Uh, yeah, I
uh,
know. I
first.
feel ya. Yeah, yeah. And it's like, I had degrees, like things that I wanted to do, but they were at the Catholic, you know.
Oh, right.
Hell no. I was like, there's no way. They have some amazing like degree courses there. But
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm not going to a Catholic
I
university.
couldn't do that. I definitely couldn't do that.
No. And like, I was just like, nah, not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's like, all of that then has led to where you are,
Hmm.
and what you're doing. And like I said, like the differences between the personas of each of your like outlets, you know, is very different. Like, you know, from
Yeah,
watching Zanias play, is a totally different experience from watching you play as a DJ, you know,
yeah.
um, you know, like you came over and did the Hell Rave, which
Oh
I,
yeah,
you know, which I saw you at, which I was working the promo for that. And, yeah, so that was like totally different because I'd seen you as Zanias and then, you know, then saw you as DJ. And I was like,
yeah,
it was such a weird like change, you know,
yeah,
but it was like a fun thing because it was kind of like a party. It was kind of
yeah,
like we're just all in a party with friends,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah. So
That's
like
my world.
yeah, so that was like really cool in in that kind of sense. And then like listening, then kind of going back and going, oh, trying to like like this you know crazy thing going on. But you know, I think with your Zania shows, like I said, there was, you know, this beautiful lighting and like just the way you perform and it is totally different, you know, I
Mm,
think to a lot of solo artists, and you have like um a real difference to you, like especially, you know, because you're electronic
mm.
and I feel like a lot of them go down the same path. Whereas
Yeah,
I feel like you're a lot, you know, you're in the category where like you kind of like got that uniqueness, like as you know, like Zola Jesus or something like that, like someone who's got their own thing going on.
oh,
Whereas, you know,
that it means a lot to hear that because that's what I'm aiming for sure. I
yeah,
yeah.
because you've got like a specific edge, and like you've got, you know, even down to the aesthetics of the way you dress, the way,
Mm.
you know, the amazing film clips that you do, like,
Oh,
you know, they're like a definitely like a way levels up compared to
mhm.
some of the electronic, you know, stuff that's coming out, especially from
Yeah.
solo stuff. So it's like it's so rad, I think, for me because seeing all these women come out doing this electronic music, you know, on their own and just
Hmm.
being really free and like doing what they, you know, they want to do, and
Yeah.
but also like opening up. I feel like artists like you and like Zola and quite a few others that I could name as well have all really opened the genre up to
Hmm.
different audiences massively.
Yeah.
um like people who normally wouldn't search that music out, but now,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Exactly.
like you've got like kind of like your more heavier industrial type people who are, you know, who are now really embracing, you know, EDM and like everything like that and like really getting into it, and
Hmm.
people who don't listen to it even, you know, like I feel like, you know, if I'd gone back say 5 years, like I probably wouldn't have come across it yet, you know what I mean? And it was like,
Yeah.
and it
Well,
was
I
like,
also feel like there's a pop element to what me and Zola Jesus and others do,
mhm.
that is just a little bit more accessible because we're not aiming to be we're not actually aiming to be extreme. We're just aiming to make pop music that fits our aesthetics.
Yeah,
So it's still quite accessible. I consider what I do extremely accessible, which maybe is a bit
yeah,
uh, a bit
but
silly that, but
well,
honestly, like I like pop music, and that's what I'm aiming for.
yeah, yeah, so that's,
Happens to
yeah.
fit this darker aesthetic because I'm a bit of a goth as well. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean that's why you're in Berlin also. Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't be in Berlin if you don't wear black. I feel like that's
yeah,
the rule. You know, like you know, the only part of the only reason I could find you and Linnea and like Saxon is because you're all blondes.
yeah,
Like in urban spree, it's like pitch black, and you
yep,
can't tell the difference between anybody because
yep,
everyone's wearing all black clothes, all black hair, and there's no lighting in there at all. But you know, I can immediately be like, "There's Saxon when you had the really white hair,"
yeah,
you know, and
yeah,
I'm like, "Zanias, Linnea, there you
yeah,
go."
yeah,
There is everyone. Um,
yeah. That's why I'm blonde. So,
you stand out immediately. Never get lost in a crowd there. Um, but yeah, there is that like the accessibility, but
hmm.
also like I feel like, you know, there is that goth aesthetic which
Hmm.
definitely grabs a lot of, you know, a lot of those people
Oh
as
yeah,
well, you know, and like especially even like, you know, with the film clips and stuff, like a lot of the fashion, the jewelry, that all that stuff like that's built into it as well really attracts a lot of the crowd because they're like, fucking, look at these outfits and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all this stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. This is up my alley. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
they check it out. Um, and it becomes kind of like, but yeah, I know people who listen to like metal and different shit, and they know who you are and like
Oh, that's cool.
listen to the stuff. So it's like really, yeah, really different. I think it's because like I said, like you might be accessible, but you also have edge to
Mm.
you,
Yeah.
and that's what gives you that kind of like, the ability that like it resonates so much with so many people
Yeah. That's
is
cool.
because it's like something that kind of it transcends genres, but it also has
Yeah.
the edge where
Yeah.
people
I
can.
guess I mean, I don't really think about this stuff too hard, but it's cool that that's the result. Because I'm
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
just doing what I want. And yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I'm
and
just like,
then
oh,
yeah,
cool, this sounds cool. Yeah.
yeah, and then like you came back again, and did another DJ set here
Yes, yes.
as well. Yeah,
Going back to
um,
Australia again and again, and yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I
And
mean, do you think you'll come and do a Zanias?
oh, I would like to. I would like to eventually. On my last few trips, it was just because I didn't want to carry all my stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, these drum pads just take up too much space in my suitcase. But I need to fill my suitcase with Tim Tams on my way back, so
Yes, of
I
course.
can't, you know, in
Yep.
prior.
I know,
Uh,
I know. I
so
know it's a big, massive thing. It's like
yeah. Well, also next time I'm hoping to bring Linnea Aspera to
as
Australia.
well.
Like
Yep.
when the borders are open and we can actually get in there, then
Yeah.
that's my main aim. And when Linnea Aspera is over there, maybe I could do Zanya's gigs as well and just sort of like double them up because it's such a long way to go.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
may as well hit as many as you can
yeah,
when
yeah,
you come, because it's like you
exactly,
come so far that you may as
exactly,
well just
exactly.
bang as many on as you possibly can.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Definitely. And like I guess with Linear Aspara, like what's going on there in terms of like, are you guys working on anything at the moment or?
We're actually, well, since our album is coming out in, gosh, it's coming out really soon, like in 10 days or
Oh
so, or
wow, yep.
yeah. So we haven't worked on new music just yet, but the corona's kind of made us do other stuff for a little while. And I
Yeah.
just finished a Zanias solo album. So I've got 10 new tracks that just need to be mixed and mastered, and then they'll be like up.
Yay.
So
Yep.
yeah, I'm performing those for the first time next week in Munich on the 4th.
Oh,
And that's
you're playing them.
yeah, yeah. So that's why I'm
Amazing.
now because
It's
I'm running a
I'm
fest
like
on the 5th of September.
Mhm.
Festival Simulator, which is happening in Berlin. It's legal, it's big, and it's like really it's going to be huge. But then
Is
also
it
I've got
like, do they have to have anything, social distancing or
uh,
anything, or what?
thing and masks. So
Good. That's
as
cool.
long as yeah, everyone has to wear a mask, and it's outdoors, so it's
That's a
hopefully like,
bit better with, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
air circulation, etc.
mainly okay as long as it's outdoors.
Okay.
Uh, Indoor stuff is still like pretty not okay for valid
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, we've got been the Berlin, the city actually gave us this space to do it in. So
Oh wow. So this is
gave us
why I love Berlin because they just,
exactly. They made us work for it. It was a
yeah.
bureaucratic nightmare, but it's coming together now. So we have this massive stacked lineup with like Ancient Methods and Tommy 47,
Wow.
and Rekka and Ali and Asa playing back to back, and then I'm playing back to back with Ankuman, my
Woo.
boss. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And so that's happening on the 5th. But then on the 3rd of September, I'm playing in Munich.
Right.
I believe it's the 3rd. Now I'm doubting myself, and I'm thinking 4th, and I've
Yeah.
just up massively.
And
But
that's just you or?
yeah, so I'm playing it's a solo Zanias gig. However, my friend Laura is joining me on stage to play synths, so I won't
Oh,
be completely.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
because otherwise I would love to have like Lynette doing my backup vocals or something. Because going on
Yeah.
stage with
Yeah.
Mouse was always really fun, but she's stuck in America, so that's not an option. But
Yeah.
yeah, anyway, we've just got to rehearse the whole new live set with a bunch of new tracks, so much stuff I haven't played before because my 2 EPs came out right
Yeah.
when COVID hit, so I haven't
COVID
actually.
happened. Yeah, I was just gonna say that, like right when
Yeah,
COVID hit,
I've got
literally.
in 18 new tracks
Hmm.
that have never been played live, and I'm not playing all of them next week, but like I wrote a lot in the last year, and now
Yeah, yeah.
I've got to
Yeah,
deal with
because
that.
like I was gonna say, like, you know, literally, like as COVID came out, like it was like bang, that new stuff came out. So the fact that
Yeah.
it's, you know, August and you've already got 18 tracks for like,
Yeah.
that's pretty damn good. You know what I
Yeah, yeah.
mean?
It's been an inspirational time for me and productive because
Yeah.
well, there's been two things that contributed to that. One is having lots and lots of spare time and not having to
Mm.
play shows. That's fantastic. The second thing is that for about 6 months there, my life absolutely sucked. So like that just being depressed all the time is amazing for writing songs, you
It
know, and
actually, yeah, I
going
agree with you.
through a traumatic breakup and
Yeah.
then having a few extra traumas thrown on top of that, a few
Yep.
dramas, been perfect. I've
That
written it
that
all down. It's all gone, and now I feel great. So
good, good. Yeah, the like purge has
therapy.
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but like tragedy and like depression, like is such a great motivator. And
yeah,
you
massively.
write, you know, you write so much, like more. Like I mean, I don't obviously write music, but you know, I write poetry and stuff, and I write way more when I feel like shit.
Yeah, it's
You know,
honestly
it's like so much more like good stuff and just flows out of you because you've got so much, you know.
yeah. I panic sometimes though because I'm like, shit. Does this mean that if I'm happy for an extended period of time,
It'll go crap. Yeah.
I won't be productive?
Yeah,
That's
or it'll come out crappy or
I'm
something.
really happy right now, and
So
that
you
better not
kind of,
fuck me
yeah,
up.
yeah.
We'll
You can
see.
always, yeah, yeah. I mean,
I've got 18 tracks. I can survive a
yeah,
bit.
yeah, you've got a while to go. Yeah, before you need to worry about it. But yeah, I mean, far out. That's amazing that I mean, that that's exciting that you're actually getting to play because I mean, everywhere else in the world is basically
Yeah.
not.
Again,
So
super happy to be in Germany because of this. Like it's
yeah, because
the
no one else
gigs
is getting to play.
the gigs are all outdoors and socially distanced, and I think even seated. I think the audiences will be seated. I'm not
Yeah.
totally sure, but
Well, because
yeah,
I guess that makes it easier for them to make sure the distancing happens.
yeah. I think it might be a little strange, but yeah.
I'm sure people will stand up in their seat
Daniel.
area and dance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole new reality now with this whole thing
Yeah,
and like how we're gonna go for the next 6 months or so before we're allowed to have normal shows. So, I
exactly.
mean, you're way ahead of the curve already. So, you
Yeah,
know,
no, I feel super fortunate, but also like I was kind of taken by surprise that I even had gigs this early, and that's another reason why I'm panicking because I was like, I need to play. What? How do I play? I've forgotten how to play. Like, what do I
yeah,
do?
yeah. What do I do? Yeah,
What is
it's
this? What's all this gear? I don't know how to use it anymore.
yeah. You
But
got to start practicing and all that
yeah, well,
stuff.
I'm rehearsing every day until next next week. I
Yeah, yeah.
have no social life until next
So
weekend.
yeah, yeah, and like getting the new songs.
Yeah, yeah, learning them. Even though I wrote them, I feel like I can't remember what they sound like. But
Yeah, well,
I'll figure it out.
like learning to play it, I guess, live is just totally different.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm also,
assuming, like to, because you can kind of, I guess, you know, you put it down and you put it in the studio and stuff, and you kind of
yeah,
walk away from it. But then it's like, oh crap, now I've got to go back and remember what we
and
did,
with
and
electronic music, and I do everything in the box. You know, I do everything in Ableton. I don't really use that much hardware. So
hmm
figuring out how to make that live is always this little struggle of like, okay, so which bits am I gonna play on the drum pads? Which vocal tracks am I going to sing? Because I always have multiple layers of vocals.
yeah,
So bits am I going to sing? Which bits can I just cut out? And then now I'm also adding in, okay, which synth parts will Laura play? So, I mean, at
yeah,
the end of the day, playing electronic music live is a bit of a joke because it can never be fully live because what we're doing
No.
is play
Yeah.
live.
It's
And what
yeah.
people want is actually a perfect sounding mastered track, which is what they
Yeah.
get.
Which is yeah.
And then when you're playing live in an electronic project, then let's be honest here. Everyone's got most of it on the backing track. And if they
Yeah.
say they're not, then they're full of shit, or they're carrying
Yeah.
stuff here, like they're doing a Marie Davidson, which, oh my God, I don't know how she does it, but like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
or like Marshall Cantarell, that's all fully live.
Yeah.
And that would give me
That's
so
like
much.
nightmare,
Yeah,
anxiety
every
sort of
element
stuff.
is a risk, and something can go wrong. Every piece of gear you have on stage can fuck you right up.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. I've seen it happen like here, like a couple of DIY like
oh
electronic shows where the person has got everything on and it's just all gone to shit. One
yeah,
song in, and it's been like, and you just feel for them. You're like, man, but you like you took the risk, man. Like, you
yeah,
did it. Like,
no, take the risk.
because yeah, yeah, because I feel like, like you were saying, like finding all those pieces, it's like trying to make electronic music live is very much like conducting a kind of weird tech orchestra in a way.
Yeah,
Because you need to like you're running like, okay, you got your tracks, and then if
hmm
you got synth parts, or you might have like fucking samples, and
yeah,
then if you're gonna have live vocals and there's so much going on, like, and
yeah.
um trying to do all that, like, it blows my mind now, and I'm totally like, I think I've had a very changed attitude. Like growing up, in the 90s and like grunge and all that, it was like electronic music. Ugh.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Well,
get,
even just like because I came from sort of the death rock world where
yeah,
real music's made with guitars, blah blah
yeah,
blah.
same. It was
Uh,
like, yeah, music's
I,
like fucking
I
guitars and, you
I don't
know,
guitars now. I haven't touched mine in 10 years.
yeah. But that's the thing, like the time, that generation, like that time,
Yeah,
everything was that, and
yeah.
what electronic music was out there wasn't necessarily that great,
Well, yeah,
or or it was like, very skewed to a certain thing. So it was like, it would be like full on acid house
hmm
type stuff, or you'd have like you full on industrial goth stuff,
yeah,
or or you kind of stuff that's not really electronic but is like Depeche Mode and stuff. So it was
yeah.
like you didn't really have artists like you do now who come out and play, especially I think also the level of like noise artists as
Mhm.
well as electronic, like someone like Operant, who I'm just like, I don't know what you're doing, like, and how you remember any of this,
No one
you know what I
knows
mean?
what operands are doing. No,
No, I'm like, I don't know what you're
just
doing, I don't know
organs,
when you, yeah,
machines conducting some
yeah,
weird
yeah, it's like
experiment.
on, yeah, it's like this time I'm gonna pull out a chainsaw, next time I'm gonna
Oh fuck.
pull out a big wobbly board that's made of
Have you been
tin,
at one of
like.
the gigs where August ends up bleeding? I feel like that happens a lot. He
Yes,
always
I think the one with the tin, he had like this huge steel pole type thing, and I think there was blood
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, there's
Um,
I feel like there's often blood, or maybe it's just the one I went to one where there was quite a lot and that was
it was like, what? Yeah, but yeah, I watch people like that, and that I think is really, and the growth from our generation in time
Oh
to
yeah.
now. I've
Well,
definitely,
it's all about like the technology becoming more accessible and affordable. In the
yeah,
past, in order to make that kind of thing, it would cost so much. It was just prohibitive for most people, and just technologically prohibitive. Like we didn't have Ableton.
yeah,
Ableton has transformed everything. It means that I can make music in my living room or my
hmm
bedroom or literally anywhere. I can make it on the plane if I want to, and it doesn't cost me that much. When I had a pirated copy, it cost me nothing, and then
yeah.
you can get
Viva
free.
la pirate. I'm just gonna say
Um,
I'm a
you
pirate
don't.
too. It's
Uh,
a, it's a, I mean, we're Australian. It's in our blood.
no, it is. It definitely is.
We're
I'm
convicts.
convinced.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
convicts. We can't help it. It's just
exactly.
there. It's in our blood. Um, but yeah, like now, I've got a completely newfound appreciation for watching
Mm,
electronic music, because I can see. you know, like you said, the whole orchestral part of it, and the like.
Mhm.
I'll be standing there now. I find myself like standing there very mesmerized and like fixated on what they're doing, because I'm like, well, what are they doing now? And like, okay, so like, because it's really like, looks like it's almost scientific, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
thinking, and it's like, how do they
extreme.
know to do this now? Like, you
Yeah.
know, like, and now they're gonna, you know, especially the not like what I call
Yeah.
knob twiddling. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
how do they know to do that now? And how do they know to like do it that much or to there or like, so yeah,
Yeah.
now I have like a whole new, yeah, like appreciation for it, because it's like, I understand now, like, it's actually difficult. It's not as easy as
Yeah.
people make it
Although
out to be.
it depends. Sometimes it's really pre-sequenced and people are just putting on a bit of a show with the hot knobs.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
also
Like
with DJing's the biggest load of shit, I have to say. Like some DJs are really doing magic up there, and I have a lot of
uh
respect for the art form. But a majority are just like they have nothing to do and they're just touching the knobs because they're
it's all
bored.
on the
I mean,
computer.
on horror, the live streaming radio thing in
Hmm.
Berlin, like when you play on that, I always plan my sets so that I'm always changing tracks. I'm always
Yeah.
mixing into another track because if I have to wait around there while the track's playing,
Boring. Yeah. It's like,
what do I do?
yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
yeah, you just kind of get this. It's very awkward to be filmed.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing, I think, with when you watch like DJs,
Mm,
you need to have like you need to have some kind of character to you, or like
yeah,
a personality, because
put on
otherwise,
a bit of a
you
show,
know,
which
yeah,
is
because other
it's sad. It should be about the music, but there is still there's a persona.
yeah, because you kind of like, I mean, obviously the main game is to get everybody dancing and like involved, but like often, you know, like I said, like people will like to just hang back and chill and like
Well,
watch.
isn't this funny that DJs are meant to make people dance, and yet now so many DJ sets are just DJs in isolation, just kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
tunes,
like
and
in a
no
little
one.
box, no one dancing. Yeah, I was
We're
gonna
so
say that.
detached from the original purpose of this entire thing. I think it's become a bit of an ego fest.
Oh yes,
I
yeah,
don't
like
know if I consider DJing a service that you're doing to people, and the service
mhm.
is to the people who are there. So yeah, doing this whole like live streams detached thing where
Yeah, I've
you're
seen a
not.
lot of the like resident advisor type, you know, and they're cool when they have people there. But
Yeah, they
like, because you can kind of like feel the
I
vibe, and
have a little
you,
go hard.
ah, I love a dog. I love I'm having so much fun with all these dog cameos, and
Yeah,
like everyone's got a dog cameo, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
we
um,
got dogs.
yeah, and so yeah, I'm like, you know, but seeing it with nothing. Yeah, like you
Mhm.
said, you just see a box, right? And the person's like trying to jam out, and you're like, you kind of look a little fucking weird
Well,
jamming
yeah,
out in a box
it's
by
hard.
yourself.
Hard. I mean, the
Yeah,
one thing though, I'm super grateful to horror for having like created a platform for Berlin DJs to sort of keep doing something during
yeah,
lockdown. I think it was actually perfect that we had a platform like this at a time like this to sort of get
mm,
the music out there. I sort of consider it a way of advertising your friend's music, or like
yeah,
your music or anyone's, like whoever you play on that show, like a lot of people will hear it. So
yeah.
I guess you have to sort of approach it like it's just a radio show, not an actual DJ set.
DJ. Yeah,
So
yeah. So it's more like you're playing, yeah, like you're going on an like a guest programmer or something
yeah,
of the
yeah,
radio. Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah, because
rather than a real DJ experience.
yeah, and I mean that must be so. I mean that must be incredibly strange. That whole thing, like yeah, like not having a crowd, like
Yeah,
is weird. But like I find
right.
like, you know, because you'll see. I mean, even watching you DJ, like you move around a bit, and like, you
Mhm.
know, you look like you're doing stuff. I mean, you could be doing nothing and no one would notice.
No,
You know
I'm
what I
doing.
mean?
I try not
But
to
I,
much.
yeah, that's what I mean. But like you look, you know, you move around, you kind of have a thing.
Mhm.
But then, you know, other DJs will watch come on, and they just have the Apple Mac to the left, and they're just going like, they've just pressed play, and they're just standing there
Okay.
having drinks,
Yeah.
chatting with you. They're not even pretending, and I kind
Yeah.
of feel like I'd rather you kind of pretended at least that you were here
Yeah.
doing something, like
Yeah.
just a little bit. Like you don't have to go over the top, but just maybe just a little something.
Yeah. It depends. Yeah. It depends on the context. I think,
Mm.
if I'm playing like just at a bar or something, then I definitely have a drink in my hand and I'm not really
Oh
paying.
yeah. I mean, I say have a drink in your hand at all times, but
Yeah.
but if you're like standing there doing nothing at all, not even, you're like not even like gonna pretend to do a button or something,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
then and you're just like la 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 off chatting with friends, you may as well not be there. You just leave you're not DJing. You've just put your playlist on
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and you gone for a walk. So I find that like really weird because I've seen
Mhm.
that a few times, like at places, and I've been like, but isn't that not really DJing? Because they're like not
Yeah.
even kind of, they're there,
Well,
like, and
music's good. If the music's good and people are dancing, that's the
yeah,
main.
well, that's the thing. It's different, I guess, in different environments.
Yeah, totally, totally.
So if it's in like, kind of more of a like a rave setting, kind of where
Mm.
it's going to be dark and it's fully dancing, people don't really mind. It does not so much in the thing.
God,
But then if
I,
you're putting on
I
like a show,
raves made me really nostalgic. I was just like, oh my God, a dark rave setting where everyone's
yeah,
dancing and it's all, oh God, I haven't had that in a while. That's
yeah. Well, like I went to one when I
yeah,
was in London, and I was like, oh, my head nearly fell off. Like it was just like I had not hadn't experienced that like for a very long
yeah.
time, and it was like, holy, it was so packed. I mean, you probably remember, like, they are a huge thing in London, like giant
Which one?
warehouses, like
Oh yeah,
the raves and stuff. It's like giant
oh
warehouses, and that goes for 24 hours. People
yeah,
line up to
yeah.
get in at like 5 p.m. or whatever it is,
That's
and
that's
then
like
they're there till fucking 5 p.m. the next day. And
hmm
like, yeah, and I lived with my friend who I was living with at the time promotes electronic music and metal.
oh
Like she loves both, so
yeah.
it's really weird. So she would do like a big electronic festival thing, and I'd go along, and yeah, it'd be like insane, and with the visuals and like
Yeah.
and you'd be like, oh my God, and I'd be like, why haven't I should be on like a lot of drugs like ecstasy and stuff right now, but or whatever. Not saying I wasn't on other things, but but like you
Yeah,
kind of feel like
God, I miss this experience. I miss the full rave experience. That's one thing I didn't think I would miss it. Like
yeah.
I was sick of it before this all started, and then when the lockdown happened, I was like, oh yeah, I don't need to go to a club. I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And then after a couple of months, I'm like, I could really do with a dance. I could really do with like a just just that full experience also of being in a space with the lights and really good sound. It
Mm-hmm.
just doesn't hack it to just be sort of with it with friends at home, because like I've got a DJ set up in my living room, and I've had some
Mm-hmm.
small parties here, but it's just not the same. You can't get in the zone, because I get into this like transcendent state when I take lots of drugs, and then I
Yeah, I'm
dance
not. Yeah.
12 hours and
Yeah.
often high as well, in addition to
Yeah.
drugs. And then you,
Yeah.
you like, you
And
just
all
get
and all your
like,
and all your friends are like,
you're in this whole other
ah.
plane of consciousness. That's where
Mm-hmm.
real magic happens. Like, that's where I heal, it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's actually a spiritual experience. And it's all chemical in the brain, but my God, it leads to an enduring sense of happiness afterwards, and an
Yeah.
enduring sense of connectedness and beauty. And even if I'm coming down, I'll still be feeling like, oh, that was so beautiful for days afterwards. And that's something
Yeah.
I used to do, at Berghain or something, a couple of times a year.
Yep.
And the last time I did it now was in January for the bite night, and that
Mm-hmm.
was so long ago. But my God, that was such a good night. Like that, I
Yeah.
still look at that like, that was one of the best nights of my life.
Yeah.
Days,
Yeah.
night, and then
Day.
a day.
Yeah.
I was
Day.
there for
Night
a
and day. Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Because did
but
you? Did you?
I miss it, and humans need it. Humans need it. I realized that this is a human uh requirement for some of
Yeah.
us.
Well, it's like an innate. I feel like music and art and dancing and even singing and stuff like that, like I feel like it's an innate need.
Hmm.
And I mean, you know, I'm not religious or anything, but you can go back history, you know, you can go
Well,
back in history as far as you can imagine, and every single
yeah,
tribe, every single,
it's biological because these
yeah.
it brings out spiritual experiences, and the spiritual experience
Mhm.
is a scientific concept. You know, it's what
Yeah.
psychedelics can trigger, and another way of triggering it is through shared music experiences, and they have to be shared as well. Like this live streaming thing doesn't quite hack it because there's a biological mechanism of sharing the space with other bodies. Oh my god, Renly's being so cute right now, he's coming and sitting.
I
uh,
know.
but sharing
The
sharing
space,
yeah
yeah, and
sharing
the energy and the
sharing yeah the energy, and that's why I haven't done live streams with my live show either, because like
it
what
kind of,
performance camera, and like, I'm not going to get in the zone. I'm not going to get
yeah,
like this sort of spiritual thing that happens in my ZANIAS gigs cannot happen in an empty room,
room, yeah,
and
100%.
without the big sound as well, the big sound, and the just there's too much missing
Yeah,
from
well,
the
it's like the lights, it's like
yeah,
just
the lights
the
too.
the lights, and if there's visuals and just the bodies and the, it's like the energy. And I also feel like maybe it's like obviously endorphins, but also like I
Oh,
feel like
pheromones.
pheromone,
They're
that's what I was gonna say,
yeah,
pheromones, like
completely.
everybody is
I'm
like, everybody
definitely
is like pushing out all these
yeah,
pheromones, and you know,
yeah,
so there's like all of this like biological connection
yeah,
happening
yeah. There
as
is, and
well.
we can't replicate that with any form of online simulation. Like it's simply not
Mm,
going to happen. I don't even think we'll manage to get there with VR or anything like that. I don't think it's
no,
possible, and it's
no.
just kind of really sad version, this online streaming, and I don't want to cause offense to anyone who's into it, but like for me it's just I
It's
have
not something you can do, yeah.
no interest. I have no interest in watching, and I have no interest in filming something like that. Like it's just
Yeah. And I can
I
totally get that, because there's certain bands that I just think like, oh yeah, I'm not interested, like
mm,
to see that. You know, like
yeah.
I watched the live stream like of Nick Cave, right? And I was
Oh,
like,
that's yeah.
that makes sense.
Hmm.
You know, it made complete sense. He's on his
Yeah.
own.
I think if someone's big enough to sort of release a live DVD, you know, like if that's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you would buy their live DVD, then maybe
DVD.
you would watch
Yeah.
their stream. But on
But
any other,
also it's the form of music, like you said. And I
yeah,
think that that form of music in particular comes with it, like the people and the connection and all of that stuff. And it just isn't the same without it. So it's kind of like, even if you did a DVD, you were that big enough to do that,
yeah,
like it would be still weird. Like
yeah,
it'd still be kind of like, or, you know, even if it was like a party and you could see a crowd, it'd be like, this is really weird because I'm not actually in it. I'm
yeah,
just, I'm
exactly.
kind of watching it through a window and I
Yeah,
can't be there. It kind of sucks.
yeah,
It's like all my friends are at a show and I couldn't go, kind of thing. So well, I don't know why you would punish yourself and want to buy
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't think, you know, yeah, it's like kind of a yeah, punishing thing to do to yourself, like to be like, okay, yeah, and then you're just super jealous because you're not actually involved in any way. Um, yeah, so it would be really weird. But you know,
Mm.
that's the other thing that I feel like, that, you know, obviously I've changed and learnt over the years about electronic music is that it's, you know, it's the connection with people. And I think that, you know, when it started first getting popular, people didn't get that. It
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's just drugs. Like, especially when Acid House kicked off, it was like, oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
just people on drugs. Like, and it's like, you know, they're not whatever. And now, like, I think it's really becoming more, you know, just accepted, but also known that it's like, is actually, there's like, it's a, you know, it's a mental experience, it's a
Mhm.
physiological one, and it's a
Yeah.
biological one. And
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually about transcendence, which is
well, yeah,
it's
it's like going to another level. Like, as well
yeah.
as that, you've got the, it's like you know, when you're doing like some kind of form of meditation and things, it's like you've got sounds, you know, these kind of things. And I think that's exactly right in that sense, that there is that kind of transcendence where
Hmm.
people go to a different level, and
Yeah.
depending on who the artist is, it's completely change.
Yep.
Like, and you could be like go from here to here, all over the place when some with that energy, and
Yep.
I mean,
Exactly.
looking,
Exactly.
someone like Ancient Methods, or Face Patel, or
Mm.
like people
Oh
like
yeah.
this, like
Face
like
Patel's my
very,
favorite.
yeah. And so like it's a different, you're going to get a completely different energy and experience
Oh.
from that person.
Hmm.
So I think, yeah, electronic music has come a long way
Hmm.
in that sense.
It has,
It's
people are
not
getting,
a
I think, the rise of sort of the club scene in around the world, I guess, particularly Berlin. Like, God, people call Berghain Church, which it's pretty lame to call it that, but I'm also kind of,
yeah.
it kind of is. It
Is
is.
it is it
There are
really as hard to get into as they make it out to be?
not if you're cool. I mean, if, it's just
Well, I mean, I
they
assume
don't they don't
you
let in look they don't let in douchebags, which is fantastic.
yeah,
Um,
which
I
I'm
they
all
sort
for.
of, they can tell if you're into cool shit or not, and sometimes they make a bad decision, sometimes they're dicks, but in general I feel like their door selection is actually good, and it protects us, the freaks, from like these
From
douchebag bros who just want to come in and hit on girls and shit like that,
yeah,
like they have to protect the audience, they have to protect
gross
it.
jocks and stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's
the same as, I don't know if you ever knew it, when, but like the original Cherry Bar on ACDC Lane was notorious
oh yeah.
for like not letting people in.
Yes.
It'd be like you're wearing a polo shirt, no
Hmm.
chance in hell, babe.
Yeah,
Fuck off.
exactly.
Like, and
Yeah,
you're wearing like you if you're wearing any kind of Adidas, or any kind of like, nah, on your
yeah,
bike, like,
yeah,
so I kind of, but we appreciated that because it was like we were all
yeah.
these
Well,
like
it's, yeah,
goths and
safe spaces.
freakies and punks and whatever,
Yeah.
and you didn't want those people coming in and just like being like trying to find like hitting on what they thought was like easy girls with
Hmm.
tattoos, and whatever, like looking for that kind of,
Yeah.
I'm looking for a freaky chick who's easy, type thing.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And that's also something that really does happen in the clubs here too. When I go
mhm,
to like one of the clubs where they don't do such strict door selection,
mhm.
I have like men just touching me, like thinking
Mhm.
that just because I'm walking around in an outfit that maybe is a little bit revealing, although I never even dress that sexy or anything,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
just they think it's a fucking invitation, and it's disgusting, and I can't stand it. So one reason I even favored Berghain over other clubs is because it was one of those places I could go and I knew that I wouldn't get bothered.
yeah,
And
and it's a safe space, and
yeah, it's
that, yeah,
need a door
and it,
selection, a safe space. That's
and I guess
unfortunately
if
body.
they let someone in who's a dick, they're pretty quick to
Oh, they are. They are.
get
People.
them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's kind of the thing that I get. So I don't have an issue with the whole like, you got to be cool to get in type
Yeah.
thing, because it's like, for people, I feel like, for the freaks like us,
Yeah.
we were always excluded from, not that we ever wanted to go, but we were
Yeah.
always excluded from their shit. Now,
We get
so
excluded
when,
by getting treated weirdly, like even if they let
mm,
us in, we get in, and then people are just kind of like, yeah. And plus we had to grow up and go to school and be different from everyone, so fuck it, let's have our own spaces where we don't let
yeah,
the previous cool kids in, although they're not.
yeah,
We are.
who were the shit kids, really, the popular kids always turn out to be the shit kids later, and
Oh, they
all of the people that I know who were the freaks and the weirdos and the nerds and the whatever growing up, they're all rad now.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
that's
they're all the
right.
rad ones.
Yeah,
They're the ones who are doing cool shit and like living,
exactly.
happy, and all those, popular people are all still in the hometown, like fucking running gas stations or some shit. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, and they're all like ugly and
Exactly.
fat, and like, you know what I
And they've
mean?
all aged very
Like,
badly. All the
it's
all the
it's just
popular.
like, oh God, like, as I remember getting a invitation to a school reunion thing, and I was like, you can get fucked. Do you think
Yeah.
I want to see any of you people ever again? The only reason I would go is because I know that my life's way more interesting than any of yours.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't have time for that. So I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is. It's like it's kind of a reclamation of our space.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, hey, you know what? We got put in this fucking box and we're allowed to do shit for so long, and we're
Mm-hmm.
treated like, we were fucking aliens. So yeah, no, you can't have our space.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
and especially dude bros. I have no time for dude bros.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't have time for dude bros. No.
It's like, nah, no dice. Like it's
Take
just, and
masculinity elsewhere.
what's that?
Take the toxic masculinity elsewhere, please.
Yeah, it's like it's not necessary here, like, and that's what it is, you see them and you're kind of like, oh God, like, and they just stand around and
Hmm.
they ruin the vibe because they're all like being ego, like fucking primal
Oh
fucking
yeah, no, I'm
Neanderthals.
allergic to when people obviously have insecure egos. Like I
Hmm.
can tell very quickly, and I can't be around that.
Hmm.
Um, Tends to lead to very mean behavior towards other people, and I can't really can't stand it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
And have you ever
also,
had any issues when you play? Because I know a couple of female DJs in the UK had issues with it, with like, guys being like mansplaining to them
oh, of course, of
and
course.
stuff when they go to play. Like they're about to play their set.
I've had that happen so often, and
Yeah.
it's just something that I put up with now, and I do tend to get a little aggressive with some people over it,
And I
and
think,
feel taken aback. But I'm just so fucking sick of it. I don't need that shit. Uh, but it is getting better. I can very
yeah,
confidently say it's getting better, and it
it is
really
getting
happen often in Berlin.
Berlin. No, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine it would. But yeah, I know like the UK had an issue with it, and I
Oh
know
yeah.
like parts of
Okay,
Australia. It's kind of like before you're about to go on, someone decides to like, oh, you know, be like, oh, miss, do you need a hand? Like, fuck off, dickhead. Like, I've been
yeah.
put on this lineup for a reason.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? And that's so
Yes.
yeah, it's kind of
I do
that's
know how to
across
do my
the
job.
yeah, like, it's like I wouldn't be on the lineup if I didn't know how to play or set up my shit.
Hmm.
Especially, like being in, with the tech and all that. Like it's like there's that whole other level where you guys know what you're doing when you're setting up. And you've
Yeah,
got a
most.
unique yeah, most of the time, yeah, like and you know what you're doing with the where the shit goes and that goes
You
now.
have to.
Whereas like
Yeah.
because the shit hits the fan, you need to know what you got to do to fix it
Oh
because it's sort
yeah.
of like you don't have like kind of roadies just hanging around like or whatever to help you like if
I wish
if
that
something
would be, but yeah, no. When you're doing DIY gigs, you're really on your own. So
yeah, and it's like and you kind of I guess when you're doing that but with the I guess with this new album with the 18 tracks
hmm.
um
Well, no, there's 10
so
tracks. I
10
just
tracks,
really
sorry, but you've done 18, yeah.
more
So,
tracks.
have you got, so when's your kind of the timeline for it coming out?
I'm not really sure yet, because the Linear Aspera album's coming out so soon. I
Yeah, you
don't
need
feel
a,
to rush this. I'll
yeah,
put it out on Fleisch for sure. It'll be on
mm-hmm.
Fleisch probably
Yep,
early next year. I
yep,
think. Yeah, I might tease a few tracks before then. But
mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm in no rush right now. I feel like it's kind of nice. The world is moving at a slower pace, and I'm happy to just roll with that. Like it.
Yeah, and then you can kind of give space to the projects as well, rather than
Yeah, yeah, and
bombarding everyone with
yeah.
all at
So
once. Yeah,
it's not too intense. Also, I released two EPs in March, so I don't need
yeah,
to rush
yeah. There's
anything.
no need to rush. Yeah, you've got some
Yeah, but
time
I
there.
want to work on even more new stuff. I'm really I'm fired up to make a lot of music.
That's
So
good.
hopefully, yeah, 2021 I will possibly be bombarding people, but
That's
it'll be
okay.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think by then people are going to be wanting it.
Yeah, yeah, and
They're
hopefully
gonna
we
be
might.
like, they're gonna be like, thank God, there's music coming. Like, 'cause,
Yeah,
you know,
and so I think in terms of releases, I think it's very silly to postpone anything because of Corona. Like I
mm,
think we can afford to be a little bit to take our time a little bit more and not rush things because of Corona. But when people are fully like postponing their releases because they want to be able to tour with them or whatever,
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's really shit, because like we need music. Like just
Yeah.
put it out. Give people something to listen to and look forward to, and not have this kind of selfish like, oh no, but I want to get the